Good evening. Good evening. What even is the music? I don't know. I found it somewhere. So this is a new one. I've never done this kind of thing before. I just thought I'd try it because I thought it'd be... Oh, my microphone is all the way in the wrong place. I thought I'd try it because I thought it'd be interesting. I'm going to be editing the video that you played in yesterday, Pyro. So I'm going to be editing some of that footage. Most of it right now, as you can see on the bottom left, is in the process of being cut down and chopped. So everything's been synchronized, and when I click this button you should see the preview. There we go. What's terrifying for me is I can't see OBS, which is something I normally always have to see. So I can't see the preview is in the way. I've also just realized I moved the preview when I told myself specifically not to do that. So hopefully you can see as much of that preview as you can do. So what we've got over here on the left hand side is all of our synced up content. Pyro, you wanted to see how that synchronization happens, right? And what I do to do that. Let me know if that's wrong. You also wanted to find out a little bit more about Handbrake as well. Let me know because I can show you through that. But bearing in mind the way the videos work with me is none of the video and the voice having any synchronization points at all. They're completely two exclusive files, so they don't communicate in any way. So there's no auto sync for me because it just doesn't work. So what I will do, and I'll talk you through that process now, Pyro, is let me just get rid of I'm on Wi-Fi. So on this bottom panel here, I have Handbrake open. Handbrake is a free source software which you can go and download. You know it's Handbrake because it's got a drinks cocktail and a pineapple next to it, which makes absolutely no sense at all, but that's what it says. Once you've got Handbrake open, all you need to do is go into your files here, select whatever video footage it is that you want to then Handbrake, and click and drag it over to the open folder section here. What that's going to do is allow you to take that video file and do more or less anything with it when it comes to what kind of file it's supposed to be. So you can change it to a different file type. What I do is I go to the video section here, and I'll change the frame rate to 60 if it isn't already, because YouTube just likes 60. Doesn't actually make it 60 frames, it just fills in the blanks, so the 30 frames that you have are doubled, so you get 60. And then I'd also set that to a constant frame rate. Yo cherries, hey Elmo, subbed. You better have subbed. So the reason that you use the constant frame rate over the peak frame rate is because if you have a game that isn't running at a constant 60 frames a second, it might bump to 70 or go down to 50. When you then put that into Premiere Pro, it's either shortening or lengthening the video ever so slightly. Now it doesn't matter if the game audio is recorded on top of that, but if you have a separate audio software recording your voice audio, there's obviously no strain, so it's not lagging behind at any point, and that's when you end up having these desync moments. So I go in there, put it on a constant 60, and it will just fill in the blanks where a game has frozen or skipped for any reason. And then I'll also change the optimization to something that's a little bit slower, like medium or slow, because it's the best compression. So it will compress the video to its best ability, so you get a lesser file size, but still keep all of that quality, which means instead of working with what was currently, if I have a look at I called this folder terrorist, even though it's called traitor, or I can't remember, I don't know, it's stuck in my head. So the current file is 10.5 gigs, so that's my Handbrake file. Whereas my original capture was 28.7 gigs. So it's almost cut it down to a third, but it hasn't actually reduced any of the quality, which makes it a little bit easier to manage, a little bit easier to upload. Leave that overnight because that takes forever. And here's one I made earlier. Then what I use is Craigbot, which then gives me all the audio files. So if I go back over to my, get rid of this one here, back over to my, where is it? Terrorist, here we go. So I've got these two folders, and you can download these from Craigbot, but what they do is they separate everyone's audio files, so you can see Elmo, Squirrels, me, Pyro, Jazz, Tat, Ryzen, Chica, Redeye, all of these audio files there. And what I've done in that audio file at some point is said 123 123, whilst done something on the screen to match that, which is my sync point. It's my sync my audio to my video as close as humanly possible, and there's very little likelihood of the desync after that because it's being handbraked. What happened last night at some point, if you remember, is I'm drinking very moderately though. I'm having a very, very calm one after Christmas because hot damn, too much alcohol. So what happened last night during the recording is CraigBot had a mare and shat itself and then shut down about halfway through. So what I had to do then is pause it so we could keep the audio saved and start it up again. Which is why, when you look at the recording here, we have a whole line of cuts here. Because this is where the audio went blah, and I think you can hear it as well. What has this game become?
Oh, sorry, Ryzen.
So you can hear very clearly James and nearly everyone apart from myself and Elmo sound like garbage. The reason that this audio file doesn't have a cutter is because it's through my Audacity. I always put myself through Audacity to make sure that I have as clean a voice as I can possibly do. The reason that I don't do that for everyone else is because I'm not going to ask everyone to set up Audacity, record it, send it over to me. It's just a whole faff. And the benefit of doing it through Craig is that this line here means that everyone's audio files are always nice and clean. I don't need to try and synchronize, in this case, 10 different audio files, which would just be a fucking nightmare. So I can click and drag them in, you get all of them, and they come through. And if you listen, at this point...
It looks like we're having too much of a quality...
Well, if I go back, actually, if I go and take the original file... So I'm going to grab the first line here, and I'm going to pull it right back to the beginning. And I'm going to take my own audio file, and you'll hear when I do my synchronization. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Now, why didn't I have my video file then? Oh, okay, there we go. So you'll watch on my screen. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So all I'm doing is flicking my mouse around as I do. Alright, so for those of you in the stream, it's going to be a pretty chill one. I'm not doing much apart from watching through some videos, and if there's anything you want to see particularly, then I'll do it, like keyframing or whatever. But I thought it would be interesting and fun to try and do a video where you get to see some of the behind the scenes footage, cut that up as I think is funny. You can tell me what you think, and stick on some music in the background and watch it. I haven't put any music in the background of this because I don't really know how that works, and my musical taste is pretty garbage. So
Get your mic, man. Bottle to scoot across.
Elmo was just fucking unloaded into...
I was like, fuck you all! Really, I'm the survivor here!
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
I have a feeling is screaming when I'm dying, and then I'm going, oh, wait, where's Tat gone?
Pyro, what did you say?
I was just checking that there were 2 traitors, that right?
Oh.
Still were.
Yeah, I killed one of them.
I am innocent. Hey, Gabe.
Can I not get you?
How do you know you're innocent, Tim? You've not got that.
Yeah, it's not even started yet.
Chica, I'm innocent. Are you?
You know, I'm bringing out my innocence.
The fact that Tim's saying he's innocent without knowing makes me suspect him.
Yeah,
how can you suspect me if I'm preparing? I still wouldn't know if I was innocent or a traitor.
Kill Tim. Whenever you get the opportunity, kill him.
No.
KOS Tim on site.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a detective.
Okay, so he's trustable.
I am innocent.
Oh, I dropped my gun. No. Trustable, but not reliable. Okay, let's have a look at that moment again. Oh, I dropped my gun. No. Trustable, but not reliable. So bearing in mind, so what I'm going to do is watch this whole thing from start to finish, and I'll cut out the bits that I think are funny. Yeah. Watch first time, watch it around as it pass through.
Okay, so he's trustable.
And so that's why the cuts aren't particularly precise. Don't need to start and stop at a certain point. So you can go back and kind of watch some of the bits that I thought were funny. Haven't yet got to that bit, Elmo, with you yet.
Oh, betrayal!
Oh, we got a lot of people. Chica's here now as well. Right. 7 people in this game.
Alright, so here we go. How many people do we have in right now?
7. I literally just said that.
He just said that.
That's me being an idiot, not remembering what anyone else was saying. So it's going to literally... yeah, Cherries, you're 100% right. This is not going to be a particularly action-packed stream, and it's also probably not something that I do very often. But I thought it would be fun to try it and see what the what it's like, and see if anyone has anything in particular. And also, it means that I've got quite a few people on here that I know do editing. So if I do anything stupid or I miss something, or there's a very clear like short cut to doing whatever, I can get called out on it, and it'll save me some time in the long term. So actually, this is more like a reverse tutorial. You just help me.
Hello. Wow.
Hey, who's that? Red Eye? I'm gonna scan you.
I'm on the toilet.
Oh. Oh. Hello.
Oh, is it?
ain't done
fuck
nothing.
up.
I ain't done nothing.
No one
I
shoots
know you
him
ain't
on
done
the
nothing. I just don't trust you. I was standing there the whole
Oh,
time.
Chica, shoot me! Chica, shoot me! No, Chica! Chica! He's killing me! She's killing!
Well, that was an interesting bout. Is everybody dead? Hey, motherfucker.
Shit, that was funny.
What the fuck?
Ah! It was the wrong person!
Wait, hold on a minute, James. You're a terrorist, right? I like that moment. Hold on, where was it?
That was an interesting bout. Is everybody dead?
This bit, just as they, who is that over there? James turns a corner, and he just gets obliterated off screen.
Hey, motherfucker.
Okay, great. Keep that bit. There's another bit that I'll show you, which I thought was really funny with James in it. Where was that? He just goes into a room and vanishes. Oh, where is that? Where is that?
I have a
You
bucket.
better back the fuck up.
I need to think
Okay.
to survive, and I don't
Oh.
have any.
He might have been a traitor.
Ah! It's Alma!
No, I'm not.
Another one. It's like it might be a top. You're missing something. I always feel, yeah, I always feel like when I'm editing, there's a faster way of doing it, but I don't know what that is, and then I feel stupid. But you know, yeah, I get it done eventually. Where the hell was that scene that I wanted to show you guys? Oh, that's the one.
Oh god!
Wow, that was a really quick scene. Okay, so might need to pull that one back a little bit, but you see James here on the right hand side of the frame. He's about to walk out of frame, and then 2 seconds later you just see it, explosion, blood.
Oh god! James turned the corner and there's
Okay.
this.
So I'm definitely going to be doing something with that. And a lot of the time when I'm looking at this, I'm just looking at stuff that I might want to pick out for some. Can you just fuck off? Ah, that's better. Actually, sit in my chair. Wait, hold on a minute, James. You're a terrorist, right?
I was a
I-
traitor, yeah.
Yeah.
I stood in one spot, and then I see innocent win.
Well, the thing is,
You were
like,
sitting
every
there trying to
time-
burn the body.
I wasn't burning that. That was Chica. I just came out the corner and literally, no word of a lie, Dante. I was about to go. Oh, I saw you come out the corner. I was about to go. Dante, there's a burning body here, and you just fucking shotgun me in the eye.
Because the way it looked from my perspective is that you were burning the body.
Am I left shift clicking? So yeah, so if you hit C, and then yeah, left shift, and then that just highlights all of them as the cut. Oops. So yeah, that's my general approach. I didn't do that for a long time when I was just hitting click, 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 and that was a nightmare.
Body here, and you just fucking shotgun me in the eye.
Because the way it looked from my perspective is that you were burning the bodies, and then Chica roused the corner and she
Probably getting close, Elmo,
I can hear
if you can
Eddie
hear
Murphy
this, to
like,
that bit where we're doing the Simon
I
Says.
can't figure out how to do it.
I'm really looking forward to that bit.
That's my calling card.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
How do you do it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You shoot it with a flare gun.
Oh, I'm trying to use a incendiary grenade.
No, flare gun is a traitor weapon.
Oh, did they only have it?
Ah,
You can buy
in the
it.
special menu.
Oh,
Which I
that's
really like.
I'm
Tim, I'm
innocent,
staying
Elmo.
with you. If
I'm
you kill
innocent.
me, Tim killed
Whoa.
me.
I have
Right,
a
and if
barrel of
I
innocence.
die, Elmo killed me. Come on, Elmo, full 100% faith that you're innocent. Right. Oh, Gabe, yeah, no, that's definitely a thing. It was Elmo Says. Right.
Oh,
Right,
no,
right.
no, Red Eyes
Do you want would you like a gun?
Yeah, I need a gun, yeah.
Oh,
I
I,
only have
was
a pistol for you though.
I need a gun, I need a gun, I
Thank
need
you,
a gun.
buddy.
I need a gun as well.
Horizon, did you just break your legs or did you get
Let's
shot?
look for guns together, guys.
I think I broke my leg, yeah.
Alright, just checking.
I have a
Barrel of
feeling.
innocence.
Yeah.
He's got a barrel.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm about to get
So,
murdered by a
that's
barrel.
okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Terrorist, I don't. I see a guy with a barrel.
There it is. Fucking. It got ended.
What the
I went for a barrel at him and he died.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Chica threw a barrel at him and he died.
Many
Chica,
of the
put the
bones are
barrel
broken
down.
due to the impact of a heavy object.
Put the barrel down, Chica.
Alright, so,
Okay.
so everyone is here.
Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I like the conversation that was being had, but I didn't frame it up right until I was here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that audio eventually and move it forward so they're having that conversation in that frame, even though that's not actually what they're doing, but it just makes for a better scene. So we need to go back to wherever that first started.
Terrorist.
Okay, here we go. So about here.
I see a guy with a barrel.
What the fuck?
What the
I went for a barrel at him and he died.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Chica threw a barrel at him and he died.
Many of the bones are broken.
Perfect. So what? So just normally I just go through the whole thing from start to finish without touching anything, but just to show you an example. Then.
Wait, what?
Chica threw a barrel at him.
So at this point, I'm going to cut away some of this video, and we're going to get to this point, delete off this file, drop it down a little bit further. So when Elmo says Chica threw a barrel at him, we'll have a nice.
Chica threw a barrel at him and he died.
Many of the bones are broken. It's due to the impact of a heavy object.
Put the barrel down, Chica.
Alright, so
Okay.
everyone is here.
And then we'll move that forward.
Alright, so
Okay.
everyone is here.
Perfect. As that means when I get to the point where I'm going to do the text audio, then I'll be able to pick out what Elmo's saying, and Elmo's standing right there, so it'll be nice and clear. Pyro was also saying something, and I'm obviously not going to keep all 10 audio files because it's just
Died.
it's a fucking clusterfuck of audio. Obviously you can't hear me very well as well. I'll just pick out the ones that are most pertinent, or people will sometimes flub or say something stupid or whatever, so I'll just cut that bit out. How do you make sure everyone is equally loud given people's audio settings are so different in Discord? I just do that at the very beginning. I take all 4 audio files, do it like first thing you go to every single audio file that you have, highlight all of them, right click, and go to audio gain, normalize all peaks to 0, because it just means all the peaks go to kind of an average. And then from there you can I just listen. So I just listen to like 2 minutes, make sure all these audio levels are roughly the same,
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
and just switch to match them. Bearing in mind, obviously, through Discord, I've already somewhat kind of made them even, just so I can hear them properly.
Chica threw a barrel at him and he died.
Many
Chica,
of the
put
bones are
barrel
broken.
down.
It's due to the impact of a heavy object.
Put the barrel down, Chica.
Alright, so
Okay.
everyone is here. There's a guy with a...
I'm looking for a gun.
You're throwing barrels at people and you die.
Okay, someone dead.
Okay, Chica was innocent.
I
We
must
made a mistake.
expose.
Oh, well, that was his mistake.
Are there no
Okay,
guns on
fuck
this map
that.
anymore? Why are there no
Don't
guns?
steal the barrel!
Who's got the barrel?
Did we check Tim or
Yeah,
I
Tim was
chose-
innocent.
he was innocent? Okay.
Damn right, I was innocent.
Yeah, maybe.
Cut down in my
Barrel is the
prime.
Perfect way
Watch
to
out!
detect this
Barrel
situation.
ghost!
Have a discombobulator.
Let me just check. How loud is my audio
I found a
compared to
gun,
the...
but it's the
Okay,
shit one.
Hey, I got a gun, finally.
okay.
Oh, I found a gun, but it's the shit one.
Hey, I got a gun, finally.
Discombobulate.
I like that moment. So it's better to undercut than overcut first time round. I've got 7 minutes 40 already of what is remaining is about 50 minutes worth of footage, which is far too much. Like normally 5 minutes is a maximum for my video. This might end up being a 2-parter because there's quite a lot of funny content in here, but when I actually go to cut it down, I'm going to cut it like faster.
Use detective skills. How does one do that?
Yes, Detective Tat. He's over
You
here.
gotta detect the... Whoa, 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 back the fuck up.
Tat, come here. Come here,
Wait,
Tat.
who's the detective?
Where's the detective? I'm in the train yard. I've got someone to be the detective.
Okay,
Oh,
someone
2
shooting at me.
people.
Stand the fuck back. I don't trust neither.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You
Okay.
stay
there's a barrel
there.
moving.
Oh, wow.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
it's Barrel Ghost!
Like that moment. Oh, there's a barrel ghost and then it just comes rolling into frames.
Oh, it's Barrel Ghost!
Just that could be very quickly fixed into something.
Right.
We were
Oh,
funny, yeah, everyone's funny. You just need to, like, sometimes funny things happen, but, you know, you're too busy playing games, whatever, the timing's not right or something. You just need to tweak it slightly to add in some comedy. Put in some funny music and put text all over it, and that's what fixes it. Alright, from here, can't hear anything. Utter garbage. The computer has shat itself, so I think I'll just cut all of this.
James and Pyro are just having a shit.
They were.
Got a slide.
At that point, I was certain, or I was really worried that we'd lost all the audio file from Craig, but luckily Craig came through. I'm just going to delete that. Don't want that bit. So we're now down to, what, 57 minutes, bearing in mind that 7 minutes of that is audio, so there's exactly 50 minutes left. One of the things that I will show you, just in case you're interested or want to use this feature, there's a cut tool that you can use, or for the kind of zooms that I've been using recently that I learned off of someone else, but it's a really cool tool. So all you need to do is go onto your project and you need to create what I'm going to do is called adjustments, new adjustments folder, and in there I'm going to add in a new file called adjustment layer, and then I can drag and drop that down, and I'm going to put that 6 frames back from the cut. So that's a lot more than 6. Let's drop that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll drag it down. We're going to duplicate that layer and create another adjustment layer on top of it, and that's going to be 12 layers total, which would be the 6 at the beginning and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after, and cut that away. So what we end up with is, oops, sorry, didn't mean to bang the mic, very sorry. What we end up with is 2 different layers, and adjustment layers basically run on any level of video. So if you have 6 videos underneath it, it will do the same thing to all those 6 videos at the same time. So with the adjustment layer 1, what we're going to do is called like a mirror effect, which I believe is called duplicate. No, it's not. What is it called? Multiply. Oh crap, what's it called? Not multiply, not duplicate. Ah, oh, God, it's one of these words. Multiply, duplicate. Not mirror. Oh. Video effects. Oh, I can't remember what the hell it was called now. The only way for me to find out is to Google it. But in the meantime, hold on. Zoom. This is now me Googling the thing I'm about to show you, because I can't remember what one of the terms was. I might as well just show you the video. But then I wouldn't have done it, so. What area? Alright, there it goes. It is called... Oh, it is mirror. It is mirror. I'm an idiot. It is mirror. Okay, so go to the mirror tool, and we're going to drop the mirror tool down on this first layer. Now that adjustment layer, if we go to the effects control, has the mirror capability. I'm doing this on a really terrible view. There we go. So on the mirror tool, we're going to take that effect, and we're going to... I don't feel it is mirror. God damn it. This is the joy of editing, is just forgetting everything that you know and then having to do it again and again and again and again. I thought I'd done this enough times to remember, but I haven't apparently. That's what it's called. Replicate. Replicate. So we take the replicate tool and drop it in there. That gives us multiple views. So if you ever see that thing where it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and just keeps extrapolating, replicate is the one that they use. We're going to take that count up to 3. And the importance of 3 is it means the central one is still a full screen image. So we're just going to take that and replicate it. And the other thing that you can then do is mirror. So I've got one mirror on here already, and I'm going to change that. I'm not going to change the reflection arrow on this one because it's the perfect reflection arrow of 0. And we're just going to just delete that mirror off here and start from scratch. Mirror. Drop in a mirror on top, and then we can... Where the hell? Why is this mirror not turning up? 90? Oh, that's fine. Okay, change that to 90 degrees. And we're basically going to make all of these lines really smooth. So this is our first one. We're just going to do a tad. So you see that line? That sharp line there has now vanished. And when we're going to just replicate that over and over again, do another mirror, change that to 180. And then pull one of these. Never remember which one it is. There it is. Over. So all of these sharp, harsh lines are going to be vanished by the end of this. There we go. Another mirror. Minus 90. That one's going up here. And then finally one more. And that one is minus 180. And that one goes this way. No, it doesn't. It's not minus 180 at all. It's just 0. That one goes this way. So then what we end up with in this situation, by the way, I'm not looking at chat at the moment because I can't. So if no one cares, I'm really sorry. What we end up with is this mosaic, kind of like a kaleidoscope effect of all of the scenes, but there's no harsh lines in between them. They're all very smooth transitions. Then what we do with our top adjustment layer is we do the transform tool, which will allow us to zoom in and out. But the difference between zooming in and out with the transform tool on the adjustment layer than doing that on the actual video file itself is it also comes with the composition shutter angle. You can turn that off, turn that shutter angle way up to 360, which is the top one, which means when you zoom in and out, you get this kind of like a blurred effect, which is what we're looking for here. Start off at zoom 1, and that's obviously going to be at 100%. And we're going to go to uniform scale and select the position there so we know which one it is. I'm going to move this 1 frame forward because I hate doing the last zoom on the last frame. And we're going to zoom that all the way to 300, which means we're actually technically zooming back in. This one is going to be over here, just realized. So we're going to zoom in to our... Where's my mirror? Mirror. What have I done wrong here? There's our mirror. And there's our adjustment layer.
Have to mount.
Because we haven't done anything. That's why we haven't done anything. That's still at 300. This one needs to be at 100.
Doesn't have to mount.
So I need to nest this before it makes it visible.
Have to mount.
So start at 100. No, why are you not sticking with this? Oh, it's because I'm doing position, idiot. Scale. Scale. Scale at 100 there. 300 here. Get that shutter angle all the way to 360, so we should end up with a nice... There we go. This kind of like a burp. So super fast, just a... Zoom in. That's a terrible cut because there's a mouse in it for about a second. So if I move that cut over and do it to this one. And then the last thing we're going to do is take this scale here and we're going to spike it. So instead of it being this smooth transition, we're going to have this like a big spike in the middle. Like so. So it's going to go whoop and kind of bash into it. I'm going to check chat now. And everyone will be gone, which is fair enough. Wow, I'm so far away from my own chat right now. There we go. Oh, it's still 7 of you, Jesus. It's called Mirror. Oh, I'm so sorry. You've been telling me that all that time. There we go. Okay, so now, hopefully, there you go. You get this kind of, although if you notice on one of these frames, it zooms out. See this black line around the edges, which means I've just taken this frame just up. That's not fast enough. Uh-oh. I've made some kind of mistake here. There we go. And that's all there is to it. Just like a nice, although that's not the greatest frame. Again, sometimes you just got to cut it to be right. But the benefit of doing that is I can now take what I've done and just copy and paste it. I can use it over and over and over and over and over again. I don't need to create this zoom transition every time. I can just copy it, paste it wherever I need it. So every single cut, I tend to use it sparingly because it gets a little bit too much otherwise, but every other cut that I feel like matches that kind of timing, like you're just going off to a completely new scenario, get rid of that. Like so. 20% helps because he fired the shit out of me. There we go. So that's that. Anyway, If you didn't know that, that's there. And we'll carry on watching some more content because I actually do need to cut this down. Show Gabe what it looks like without mirrors. Oh, I can do that. So if we get rid of the mirrors side, it's just a...
Sorry, I just laughing because
You get this weird kind of like... It doesn't know what to do with itself. Bearing in mind I've zoomed... Because you have to zoom in, you have to zoom into something. And if it's not tripled, then you never end up with kind of an end frame. That doesn't seem to be right. Why is that not right? Am I getting this right? That's what I was doing wrong. Right, sorry, my bad. Man, there's so much just playing around with it, making sure it's the way you want it. No! Oh god, what have I done? I've well and truly fucked this. I'm just going to get rid of these keyframes and do it again. Sometimes that just happens. Scale, tab that. Scale, tab that. That scale should be 100. That scale should be 300. These two seem like they need to be nested. Which is something else you have to do when you've got these effects. Why is this not working as it should do? When you showed me the first frame was 3x3, then it zoomed in. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry if the chat is delayed because it just... I'm also trying to focus. And why is that not right? It almost needs to get to 300 there. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm doing something wrong there, but I can't figure out what it is. Tell you what. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not pro. I've just had to go and watch the same video I've watched 6 times for a 7th time live while streaming to remember how the hell I did it. Yeah, it does end up there. It does end up on this side. I'm not going insane. There. There we go. There we go. There we go. It was just me not trusting myself. You always got a belief. Explosion. There. Almost unnoticeable. Explosion. God, it's like you didn't even see the cut on that one. That was just really lucky. That wasn't a cut there, that's why. We've just zoomed into the same image. Fuck it. We'll carry on.
It looks like we're having too much of a quality time in that corner right now.
Okay, I would like to point out, I picked up a knife from the equipment. I tried to stab whoever was in the corner, it just was not connecting. What the fuck?
Me. I was like, ah!
They have to be damaged.
Oh no.
Audio recording has just kicked off now here. Note for Tim.
Well,
Did you enjoy my singing?
I did enjoy T-Pain being in chat, if I'm honest.
Yeah, all the audio went completely bullshit for a minute, and then Craigbot shat itself. So I think it's because of so many people.
Yeah, it literally did.
Damn it, Craig.
I was waiting for somebody to be like, I'm on a boat and...
It's going fast and
That joke was overused during this recording, guys.
I got a nautical theme.
I think that was sung 3 times.
I'm the king of the world on a boat like
I'm
Leo.
innocent again. Can I be a traitor just once? Oh, damn it.
No one wanted to jump in on that.
Why do we always find ourselves at the point at the end of each other's?
James, stop moving towards me, otherwise I will shoot you in the head.
I need this shotgun ammo.
I'll just
Someone shot me.
make my way.
Okay, it's not Chica.
I'm a detective.
Oh,
Hey,
shit,
Steve,
detective.
Defibrillator grenade yet?
James,
Detective, it's
No,
him.
no.
I'm about to shoot you. Which one's James? Because I like this conversation. Sounds like it's going somewhere. I'm about to shoot you right in the head if you don't leave right now.
Okay. It doesn't hurt, Tim. Look. Just stand there.
That's a grenade!
It won't hurt. I promise you. Watch.
That was a full-on grenade. James is a killer.
I'm not! Tim! It was a discombobulation grenade!
Okay, we're going to take that scene. Where do we need to start that from?
Don't know.
I'm about to shoot
Right.
you can't
right
overdo the Lonely Island, Tim. Right now. Clarity, this is why I love Tim. High-level content. Tim is merely highlighting why I fell out of doing videos. I just don't have the current passion and patience. Yeah, it's difficult. If you don't enjoy editing, then it can get really boring. If you enjoy editing, it can get really boring. It's like you didn't see the cut there. Oh, there was no cut there. Yeah, that's how I live my life.
Okay. It doesn't hurt, Tim. Look. Just stand there.
That's a grenade!
It won't hurt. It doesn't hurt, Tim. Look. Just stand there.
That's a grenade!
It won't hurt. I promise you. Watch.
That was a full-on grenade. James is a killer.
I'm not! Tim! It was a discombobulation grenade!
James is a killer. James is a killer.
It's a discombobulation grenade.
Why does everyone keep
It
on
was a
popping in and
proper
out of the
grenade.
room?
James is a
Because this
terrible
is
liar.
weird. I don't know if one of you is going to shoot me.
If anyone sees James, kill him on sight. He's absolutely a killer.
It was a discombobulation.
It's
No.
a discombobulation there as well.
That was
Feigning innocence,
mine.
bro. No, it's not true.
That was mine.
Why are you hurt?
Come back here,
Because
James.
I got shot and I
What
killed
the
that
fuck?
person.
By who?
Tim, please.
Well,
I think it was
joking.
Kurt.
Elmo, if you find James, he's
Here, I'll find his-
absolutely
oh, whoa, whoa,
100% a killer.
Tim, I'm not. I promise you, I was messing about. Tim,
He.
let the detective DNA test me.
Oh, hi, James.
Okay, stand still. Get the detective over here.
Oh shit. Pyro, hey.
Fuck?
Hello.
He was
Just tell him
innocent.
to stay.
Okay, that was funny.
Alright,
Made me
where's
laugh.
your gun?
He was innocent. That's my bad.
Eh,
Fucking hours chasing him down. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take this whole run sequence.
Weird. I don't know if one
I'm
of
gonna take that whole sequence, and that is nearly 45 seconds, and I'd never just run 45 seconds of video. So I'll speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. So I go, and then say something, and so on and so forth. I'll come back and do that later.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
People.
No, I promise, I'm fine. I'm
so
not
many
down. I'm not bad man. I'm not bad man.
Pyro, why you hurt?
But you just shot somebody.
I was working on great information
Oh, wait,
that
where's
just
the other
happened
guy?
to be.
Yo, that's Tapper.
Oh,
he's over there.
there's a dead Ryzen. He was a terrorist.
The last person they saw was Red Eyes.
Okay, somebody killed an innocent, so it's not, and it wasn't Pyro,
No,
so...
I killed
It's
the
Red
one
Eyes.
creator.
Red Eyes. How did that happen?
Elmo.
Well, I shot.
It's Elmo! It's Elmo!
Oh,
I
Ah!
don't trust you. I don't trust.
Help me!
Alright,
I don't trust you. I don't trust.
Help me!
alright.
I don't trust any of you.
They saw Elmo.
Don't try to rape me.
I didn't try to do anything, motherfucker. You
was
shot me
Pyro.
first.
Someone
shot,
just shot up
okay.
from the top of the ceiling there, and I don't know who it was.
I mean, it was Pyro I shot. Ooh.
You can't talk if you're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
Where did everyone...
Someone's shooting.
It's-
By the way, something I will point out here. Elmo and Cherries know this very well, but I have a tell in my laugh which I hate, and you'll hear it right now. You're dead. You're dead. There it is. You hear that? You see that? You see this line here? You see this? Every time I laugh, god damn it. Ha 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 ha. Talk if you're dead. You're dead, you're dead.
Where did
God damn it, stupid noises.
everyone...
Someone's shooting. Who's
It's
shooting?
Elmo.
Who's in a
He's
fight?
up there.
Can't help it either. Try to stop myself.
Show me
Oh
where the
dear
enemy are.
lord.
Don't shoot me. It's not me.
I don't
Shoot me,
believe
it's
you.
not me.
Started shooting me as you said it's not me. Alright, it's actually definitely
Ah, my shin.
yeah.
Shit on it.
Alright, one more
My
round and
shin,
we'll
you
go over and do some prop
bastard.
hunt, yeah?
Alright,
I have
sounds good.
5 health.
One more round and we'll do prop.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, I see we changing maps now.
I'm sorry, let's go on an adventure. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Server's changing.
You can't hear it? Let me turn it up.
Level.
I bet you anything by the end of this recording, I'll have nothing I can actually turn into a video.
That's not the point.
Tim, you'll have our ineptitude at the beginning of not being
No,
able to
but
make it
Craig
work.
has shat
The
itself
video
twice,
is-
so I
this was
don't
a
know.
failure
Is that
session.
loud enough?
I just remembered that I have sneakers.
I don't know, man, but I should have recorded that last round because me and our bodies was like they were having the most emotional moment ever. I was saying,
Thank you for
Or
reminding
if you're
me.
American, don't worry about Trump.
Alright,
Yeah, but Brexit's a lot worse than Trump at the moment.
I'm innocent. Yeah,
Oh,
turn it
yeah,
up.
moment.
I don't
You don't know if
all
you're
I say
innocent
is the
or
word
not. Tim.
Brexit.
Let me know if
I
that's
don't
loud
know.
innocent.
Say anything.
Let's open this
Hey,
thing.
Tim.
Yeah.
Are we back at the fucking train yard?
Yeah,
I
this is
didn't
last
change
round.
map because no one told me if. they
Yeah, no,
wanted
no,
it
it's
or
good. No, it's good. Well, last round here, and then we'll go do prop hunt.
not. Okay.
I'll
Okay,
prop
sounds
your
good.
hunt.
Okay.
I'll
It's that kind of gold that will get me
sorry about
to
that.
a million subscribers.
Nice.
Alright, I am innocent again. Pyro
detective
is next to
again.
me.
Hi guys.
Tim,
I'm
John.
detective.
I'm a
innocent
tactical
as
fiend,
well.
but I'm
Shotgun.
innocent.
Hey, how do you climb?
Detective.
If I die, it's Tim.
If I die, it's Pyro. Or
If
someone
I
else.
die, it's myself.
If I die, it's someone. I have no idea who'd shoot me on sight.
Tap
Hey.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh, lots of
detective,
people
so if I do shout someone's
Oh,
name...
it's bad here. It's real bad here. Detective, can you detectivize?
I don't know who the detective
Someone
is.
is shooting somewhere near
Oh,
me.
it's Chica. Chica's
Okay.
All right.
This is a real bad
he's
standoff
the
right now.
Chica. I'm gonna leave you guys.
Okay.
How do
Bye.
you?
This is a real bad
He's
standoff
the
right now.
Chica. I'm gonna leave you guys.
Okay.
How do you?
Bye.
He didn't leave. Okay, now he left. Okay.
I'm innocent.
So am I.
Whoa!
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa, whoa,
who's fighting?
whoa,
Who's fighting? Who's
whoa,
fighting? Who's
Whoa!
shooting?
Wait! Who's killing me? Somebody's trying to kill me. Somebody's trying to kill me.
I feel like this group of 4 here.
Yeah.
This is the bit that I wanted to get to. I made the outlandish decision that all these 4 people are safe.
Somebody's trying to kill me.
I feel
Actually
like
paid off.
this group of 4 here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're all innocent.
I don't know. Someone tried to kill me over here,
Somebody-
so I shot him.
Chica,
Oh,
Red
yeah,
Eye, and
somebody
Tat,
just
you're
tried
on
to
my
kill me.
safe list, as far as I'm aware.
Alright.
Wait, why was that you?
Follow me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
That's,
just go to get. Let's just.
No, that was Elmo. I think it's Elmo.
Yeah.
100%
I'm
believe.
innocent. I don't
Listen.
trust you.
This group
Someone-
is
What the fuck were you
100%. So obviously, all of that audio is absolute garbage. So we're not going to keep all of that in. So we're just going to add some voices. I feel like this group of 4 here. I'm going to say you're all innocent.
I don't know. Someone tried to kill me over here, so I shot him.
Chica, Red Eye, and Chica, Red Eye, and Tat. So who do we have here? Jazz, Chica. Want to have Chica on. Tat. Want to have Tat on. Does that sound alright? I feel like this group of 4 here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're all innocent.
I don't know. Someone tried to kill
Well,
me over here, so I shot him.
Chica,
Oh,
Red Eye, and
friendly.
Tat. You're on my safe list, as far as I'm aware.
All right.
Follow me.
Yeah,
Pete. Let's just go to get. Let's just.
that
Let's
would
just
be-
100%.
Yeah.
100% believe. It's interesting because you can hear in my voice and a lot of people's voices that we're shouting over, another 4 people's worth. But I'll just solo the ones that are important. But then it sounds like we're having this weird shouting argument for no reason
I
whatsoever.
don't trust you.
This group
Someone-
is 100% believe.
Come
We're all
on,
innocent.
Someone. I'm where the
Why the
trains
fuck were
are,
you shooting at me then?
and someone tried to kill me here, so I shot him.
Alright, this
Don't
group
shoot
of
me,
4.
bitch.
This
Chris is here!
This group of 4, we're just gonna kill anyone
I'll
that's
fuck
not
you
part
up,
of this
bitch.
group of
I'll
4.
fuck you up.
Leave me alone.
What? You're just gonna kill
Elmo.
everyone?
Hey, Mr.
Down
Chris.
here.
Everyone that's not part of this group of 4, we don't trust. Go
I see.
away.
All right.
Hey! I was right!
I knew it was you.
Okay, and that was the end of that. The allegiance worked.
Okay.
You didn't know shit.
I was like,
What was it?
He's not gonna get you.
Rising got so fucking lucky because I was stalking them for like a minute and a
Jesus,
half,
that's a lot of...
and then you went round a corner and the corner
did it,
slightly
Tim!
sloped.
I did
And I
it!
had you lined up for a perfect headshot just to get the fucking slope.
Tim, I
And
suggest
put it
that we
over
don't,
your
I
head,
suggest
and I
we
was
don't
like,
switch
oh.
to...
We survived. Oh yeah, let's burn.
Alright, hold on a minute. Everyone just stop for a second. What are you saying, Pyro?
I suggest we don't swap to prop hunt straight away because yesterday Mr. Chris joined and he said that Trouble in Terrorist Time was his favourite. And he joined and then we immediately switched game modes.
Okay, fine.
and
Let's
he
do a
literally just
couple more
joined.
rounds. It's fun anyway. Let's do a couple more rounds.
Yeah.
When does Craig do when a new person joins? So when Chris joins, you can see Chris's audio starts here. So it just starts it, and it leaves. So it's just empty. So it will always start at 0. Doesn't matter how many people join or leave. If people leave a game and then join in again, Craig just fills in the blank and creates one audio file for them. So it's pretty smart.
I like this mode.
Yeah. Funny Eye Sharp here has the stream. You here, Chris is here. Yeah, you literally just turned up at exactly the same time. Hold on a minute. There's a lot of chat going on here. What does Craig do? Dyson. You 4-man death squad was coming for my ass too. Yeah, I had planned that 4-man death squad was going to go and annihilate everyone, just on the hopes that we were all safe. Yeah, let's just keep going then.
I'm in the bin.
I'm in a motherfucking
that's what you're
bin.
If you want to switch maps though.
Yeah, maybe switch maps.
No, I've only just got in the bin.
We'll switch maps
Well,
after
that's
this
not
round.
as important.
I'll do this round then, yeah.
Oh, hi.
Get away from me.
Hello.
I'm innocent.
Pyro, I'm in the bin.
Okay.
How'd you get in there?
Secret. It's a secret.
What? How'd you actually? Oh, I see.
I obviously must have walked away from it.
I'm innocent.
I do not have a gun.
I am innocent.
Oh,
Hang on. There's only one way of finding out.
Yeah,
there you
do
go.
it. DNA me.
Oh, thanks, Tat.
On my screen,
Wait.
it looked like you hit him in the dick with a gun.
Wait, who's
How do
the
I take
detective?
it? How do I take it?
Who's the detective?
I don't
I mean,
know.
how do you take it?
Neither of these two are the detective.
Press mouse 1 to
We're just the bin boys.
James has left. James, it's not a bin boy.
I'm running
I'm
behind
gonna
Red
go
Eye.
and kill the terrorists.
I don't know. I know how to do it, but it's fine.
Do you trust me?
Maybe in my life.
No, yeah, you're the detective, right?
Whoa.
I'm
that's
the
the
detective.
As
Yeah.
Kevin,
He's
even
with
me,
me. We're coming
my
up to
trick,
the
so he's
firing
with
squad
me,
in a
hope
minute.
that one of you is the
All
terrorist
right.
and kill each other.
Oh
James,
shit!
lot
behind
of blood
you,
here.
Jazzinator's there.
What's up?
Hello.
Can you DNA test the blood, maybe?
Oh. Ah! There's two of you! There's three of you!
It's fine. It's fine.
Wait,
Are
two?
you shooting?
Get away from me!
Detective, come on. Okay, Elmo's the detective?
Everyone likes to hang around the detective
Ah,
because
I
he's
did
at
not
least
shoot
one
her.
innocent
I'm
I
sorry.
see
person.
somebody running. I see somebody
Alright.
running.
Hello. We're the bin boys.
I've got my cross. My
No,
crowbar
that
out,
was
so
a
I
distant
can't
by
actually
the way.
I'm
shoot.
innocent. I'm innocent as hell. Ow, 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 ow. What the heck?
The detective tried to kill the innocents. That's what I did.
I threw a disco bubble over.
Somebody was running over here and now they
that barrel
disappeared.
alive or we
Oh
just-
fuck!
Alright,
Hello.
okay.
Oh,
I'm
ow.
gonna
Still alive, this is good.
I'm gonna stand
well, now
right
there's
here
too many
in
of
this
us.
corner.
Now, I don't like any of this.
There's
That
now
barrel
too
was
many of
really
Right,
us
hang
here.
on. Right, you guys, come line up here. Line up against
Nah,
the
nah, nah,
Okay,
nah. Fuck
right.
this.
Line up
Yeah,
against
firing
the
squad. There we go. Here we go. It starts kicking off.
Nah, nah,
Okay,
nah, fuck
right.
this.
Line up
Yeah,
against
firing
the-
squad. Right.
Line up
Yeah,
against
firing
the-
squad. Everyone
I
into the
am
zone
You're
B.
gone.
innocent. You're lined up against the wall.
Wait.
Which wall?
Line
Jump.
up against
That
the
one
wall.
there. The one where the
Okay.
shooting doors are.
Ah, my
B225,
face.
Oh, what here?
What's wrong with you?
Everyone line up against there. Whoever you are. Everyone that's
Wait,
here.
this has got the best moment with Dante in it.
Yeah.
Can we line
Come
up
on.
against this one?
Against the
It's
wall,
slight-
get
it's
against
the
slightly
wall. Drop my
longer.
gun
It's
first.
slightly longer.
No, just
Wait, can
What?
we line up against this one?
Against the
It's
wall,
slight-
get
it's
against
the
slightly
wall. Drop my
longer.
gun
It's
first.
slightly longer.
no, just get against the wall, all of you.
Which wall?
Come on over here, guys.
Yeah,
Over here.
No, just get against the wall, all of you.
Which wall?
Come on over here, guys.
Yeah,
Over
the
here.
one that, yeah, okay, that
If
one.
you're
Yeah, where
innocent,
be
if you're
it?
innocent,
Yeah.
you'll do it. If you're innocent, you'll
Are
do
all
it.
of you here?
Hey, hey,
Okay.
over there. James.
Why is everyone got
Let's
the
No,
play a game
wait,
called
that-
Simon Says.
Okay, got
What
it.
Elmo
Okay.
says.
I want to come play Simon Says.
It's Elmo.
Okay,
Where is
we
he?
are over at zone A and B.
Where is he?
Okay, Elmo says jump.
Oh,
Okay.
I was vaping. No. Okay.
Where is
We
he?
are over at zone A and B.
Where is he?
As Elmo says, jump. You'll do it. If you're innocent, you'll
Are
do
all
it.
of you here?
So we're gonna get rid of a lot of this garbage when we're getting set up.
Get against the wall, all of you.
Which wall?
Come on over here, guys.
Yeah,
Over
the
here.
one that, yeah, okay, that
If
one.
you're
Yeah, where
innocent,
be it?
if you're
Alright,
innocent,
alright.
you'll do it. If you're innocent, you'll
Are
do
all
it.
of you? Okay, Elmo says jump.
Oh,
Okay.
I was vaping. No, I was vaping. I don't know who to shoot because I'm innocent. I don't know who to shoot.
No, everyone get back! Everyone get back!
Wait.
Alright.
Are you,
Alright.
are you in?
Fuck, I get. Everyone's
Inside
up
of you,
against the
Nick, right?
We're
vapors.
inside.
he was
Who left?
innocent.
Somebody ran off. Somebody ran off.
He was innocent.
Everyone
Where is
line
he?
up again.
Tim was innocent.
Put a box.
Okay, so this is the moment. So we're getting to this point where I lined up the camera so you could almost see
Yeah.
Tim was in.
everyone all at the same time. And I think I'm going to do a mega text thread here. So it's going to have everything everyone's
Where is
saying on every single character moving at exactly the same time.
Line up again.
Tim was innocent.
Put a box
I'm
there.
playing too.
Oh,
Everyone
hello.
line up.
I want to line up.
Okay.
I'm lined
I
up.
didn't even realize Chris was playing, but he was the box.
I'm
I'm
on
lined up.
Elmo says, and you, Ryzen. Elmo says crouch.
Okay, how do I do this? Because I want to show you guys this on full screen, because fucking it was funny as shit. There we go. So, you won't be able to see this very clearly, but this is as clear as I can make it. So, at this point, I don't know what happens with Jazz. I don't know what he does. He doesn't know how to crouch. So when pressing the control button, or sorry, what you would normally do is press the control button, and watch this character in the center here. He doesn't crouch. He just evaporates.
And you, Ryzen. Elmo says crouch.
It kind of
Fucking vanishes. I don't still to this day know exactly what he did. Oh, he used the teleport. That's what he did. So he was the traitor. He just fucking teleported the shit out of there. There's definitely going to be some like beam me up.
It kind of sucks.
That.
It kind of.
God damn, that was funny. All right, let's go back. Boing.
He turned into dust and left.
It kind of sucks if I don't know how to crouch. I was like, what the fuck?
Great.
Control.
Oh god.
What?
Control.
Oh, vengeance! This motherfucker!
I win.
Hang on.
Oh,
Someone's
that
still a
game would have
traitor.
been fun.
I gotta keep all of that in.
Someone is
God
still
damn.
a traitor.
There's another
Red
traitor
Eye,
among
is it
us.
you? Red Eye?
What?
You don't have red eyes, it's lies. There's
I
also...
take that as an insult.
Red Eye's killing me!
I take that as a personal insult.
So all of that was fucking funny, and I don't know how to cut that down. That's like 9 minutes to 10 minutes, nearly a minute and 30 of I don't know where to cut that, because you need that entire story to understand what's happening. So it gets really difficult, but I'm going to leave that. Hey Red Eye, how you doing? You literally joined as we watch you kill James.
Someone is still a traitor.
There's another
Red
traitor
Eye,
among
is
us.
it you? Red Eye?
What?
You don't have red eyes, it's lies. There's
I
also...
take that as an insult.
Red Eye's killing
I
me!
take that as a personal insult.
Oh, my bad, Red Eye, you died.
I
I had the best angle of Elmo interrogating everyone, because I died first. I lined up behind him, and he was just sitting there. He's like, "All right, everyone say crouch," and then Ryzen just evaporated into dust.
He disappeared.
No, it wasn't Ryzen, it was me.
Oh, he's just like, "Oh, Mr. Elmo, I don't feel so good," and just vanished off into the night.
He started shooting.
Keep that sentence in there.
Yo, the end was beautiful. I
Tim,
hear
if you wanna join
gunshots.
me, I've swapped
I
maps.
run.
Sorry, just sending a message. So I'm going to be on for much longer, because I actually have to go and socialize. But if you've enjoyed watching me edit, then let me know. I might do it again. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, see you later, Pyro. Bye, purr. Okay. But if this was in any way interesting, you know, maybe drop me a like or a subscribe or whatever. And I might come back and do it again. It's kind of a weird thing, because it's like a behind the scenes of what I do. Not like whatever I'm doing is a trade secret, because it's absolutely not. It's garbage and repetitive and taking off of everyone else. But it might be interesting. It might be something that people who edit find interesting. And if you do, then drop me any hints or tips. So we've been... How long have we been live for now? Like an hour maybe? Maybe an hour. And we've done... Well, we've made the cut that I'll use over and over again. This one. Explosion. Woo! Although my screen froze. And I think I probably cut down about 30 minutes of video. Bearing in mind, by the time all of these cut downs are done, then most of it's actual editing work, where this is more just the cut down stuff. It's not called socializing when it is just spending time with your family. Called me out on it, and I have no rebuttal, so you're 100% right. But if you found it interesting, then let me know. And I might do another one. If not, then I won't do another one. Pretty cold cut as that, really. I'm going to head off now. And thank you very much for joining. This video, I aim to have out on Friday. I hope. And then I think I've got like 5 more videos after that I need to do until I've done a full year's worth of videos per week. So I'll do something special for that as well, but I don't quite know what. Anyway, thanks very much for jumping on. Really appreciate it. There's quite a few people here, so thank you very much, guys. You know, leave me any feedback, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodle-pip.